BMW built the 550i to be a quiet, comfortable executive car, but they also gave it a twin-turbo V8 hiding way more potential than they wanted you to find. Stock, this car whispers, but today, we're ending the silence. These ARM Motorsports front-facing intakes, aluminum charge pipes, and catless downpipes, these aren't just upgrades. These are the keys that unlock the engine BMW was too afraid to sell you. You're about to see a 550i transformation from a quiet luxury sedan into something that should have rolled out of the M division. And once these parts go on, the sound, the throttle response, the boost, everything changes. The N63 doesn't wake up gently, it wakes up vibrantly. To unleash the full potential of the N63, we have to undo everything BMW did to keep this car quiet. Step 1. Tear down the entire front intake system and expose the heart of this twin-turbo V8. These factory intakes choke airflow. They're designed for silence, not performance. ARM's front-facing intakes are about to replace all of this. Always disconnect your MAF sensors carefully. A damaged sensor means rough idle, misfires, and incorrect fuel trims. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. There's 2 strut tower braces you have to remove. Both are held on by 16mm bolts. Next is disconnecting the air intake ducts from the air filters. When removing these air filters, they do have a few grommets on them. They just need a little tug straight up, and they're right out. I can't wait to put the ARM charge pipes on. This engine bay is going to look way better. It's time to remove this heat shield to expose the OEM catalytic converters. There's one T30 on top and 2 13mm plastic fasteners that hold this small bracket. These charge pipes take a T30 bit to remove them, but I want to show you guys something important real quick. When you remove these charge pipes, just be careful of this O-ring right here. Both turbos have this O-ring and it prevents any boost leaks. But if this O-ring is lost, you might not see it instantly, but you will have boost issues. Trying to remove these charge pipes are a little tough. You do have to cut both of the bottom clamps right here. Then it's as simple as twist and pull. To remove this heat shield, there are a few E8s on the side. Some of them are hidden, like this one right here. You can't really see it, but keep an eye out. To fully remove the heat shield, you have to unplug the upper O2s and lower O2 sensors. I usually do this before removing the heat shield itself. The E8 bolts on the side of the heat shield, you do not have to fully remove them, just loosen them a little bit and the shield will slide right out. To remove the upper O2 sensors, you need this tool right here. You can find this at any auto parts store. Remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty. All the bolts are loose and the O2 sensors are out. Now it's time to remove the top heat shield for the catalytic converters. I did forget to mention there is one bolt on top. Also for the second shields, there are a few more bolts, but I'll show you those in a minute. All right, now these bolts are pretty hidden. There's one right here and then 2 more for the catalytic converter right here. Oh, and it's the same thing on the driver's side. Before I forget, there's a really sneaky one right here, right in between both of the catalytic converters. Can you see it? Don't forget this one. Let's go underneath to disconnect the exhaust, and I'll show you a few more bolts. It's kind of hard to see, but there's two 11mm bolts that holds the catalytic converter to the engine. Also this one E8. It's the same thing on the passenger side. Let's unbolt these nuts. Nice, the 11mm came out with ease. Oh, I still have to take the E8 out. We are so close to removing these cats. I just have to take off these two V-bands and remove these two brackets. This one right here and this one. The bolts for the brackets are a size T40. This is what I use. If you guys are still here enjoying the content, make sure to hit that like button. The two turbo V-band clamps are 13mm. Just a quick reminder, don't forget to take these two bolts out here. And there we have it, the catalytic converters are fully loose. Now we just have to remove the secondary O2 on both sides. Now I'm gonna be completely honest, these catalytic converters on this N63 are a to remove. But from years of experience, I do have a trick for you guys. I'm gonna remove the rest of the shields and let you in on the secret. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon because this driver side one took forever for me to take out. But I'm gonna show you guys on the passenger side just how I took it out and the exact steps to do. Now, of course, you have to take out the secondary O2 sensor. The way these catalytic converters are set up, there's no way you can just pull up on them and they will come right out. They are one piece direct to the exhaust, so you're gonna have to use a twist motion. You'll see right here. You see the twist? That's how you do it. The factory cats add a ton of back pressure. With ARM's downpipes, the turbos spool faster, breathe easier, and finally sound like the twin-turbo V8 they are. And just like that, the most restrictive part of the exhaust is gone. Time to add some real flow. These ARM downpipes are TIG welded stainless steel, designed for perfect fitment for the N63. Before installing, always mock up alignment to avoid stress on the turbos. It was a little chilly in my shop today, that's why I have my hood on. I kind of feel like Darth Vader, not gonna lie. The ARM downpipes are just clean, massive 3-inch tubes. They look like they mean business because they do. Fitting the new pipes in the reverse of removal, just requiring a lot of patience to line everything up. We get the clamps seated on the turbos, connect them to the mid pipes, and then work our way back, tightening everything down for a perfect leak-free seal. Now let's put the stock OEM shields back to give off those sleeper vibes. Next up are the O2 sensors. These have to go back in. The good part about working on an N63 is that once you do something on one side of the engine, it's almost the same on the other side. Pretty simple. Remember not to forget this sneaky little guy right here. Heat shields back on, clamps tight, no wires rubbing against the downpipes. Now we move to the fun part, the charge pipes and the intakes. These mount directly to the intercooler and turbo outlets. Make sure the O-rings are seated properly. A bad seal equals boost leaks and sluggish throttle response. Alright guys, I kind of got ahead of myself. I put the shield on and I also installed the charge pipes. These weren't too bad to install, they're just few clamps. But now we can move on to installing both the intakes. The OEM intake boot we definitely have to use. Also the MAF sensor. Make sure you transfer your MAF sensors gently. Any damage here will give bad air fuel readings. There's a lot of aftermarket companies out there that do not even look towards the N63. But ARM Motorsports is definitely different. These pipes route straight to the turbos. Colder air, less restriction, more sound. These intakes are perfect from ARM Motorsports. High flow filters positioned directly behind the grille gives the N63 a completely different personality. ARM Motorsports provided this 180-degree elbow for easy fitment and easy install. These intakes are the true definition of high flow. And now you just do the same on the passenger side. Have you guys ever purchased anything from ARM Motorsports? Let me know in the comments below. Everything is put back together. All that's left is to load the Stage 2 tune into the ECU with a laptop. But before we fire this thing up and hear its new voice, if you're enjoying this build and want to see what's next, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. It takes a second, but it makes a massive difference for the channel and guarantees you won't miss what's coming. Alright, I've stalled long enough. It's the moment of truth. We started with a car that was already brilliant. We acknowledged its strengths and its well-known weaknesses. Then, with 3 key hardware upgrades and a tune, we fundamentally transformed its character. We uncaged the beast that was always lurking in that 4.4 liter twin turbo V8. It's a total personality transplant. This is full bolt-on, this is airflow unlocked, and this is how you take a quiet 550i and turn it into a problem.